Hello everyone. In the previous video, we just went through the different properties of magnets, and we also saw what are magnetic field lines, what is magnetic force, and what are the properties of magnetic field lines. So somehow it looked like this. And can you see that there is a thread-like structure between north and south? Why? Because the main property of magnetic field line is that it always emerges out of north pole, which is comes out from the north pole and enters the south pole, and inside the magnet it's always from the south pole to the north pole. Okay, now we just saw activity with one magnet. Now we are going to see if two magnets are placed and how the magnetic field line can be detected. Okay, in a minute. So in that, what we'll be doing is we'll be placing the two magnets in such a way that both the north poles are together, are next to each other, or north and south are next to each other, and we'll try to understand how the magnetic field lines are formed and how does this repulsion between the same poles and the repulsion between the unlike poles, repulsion between the like poles and the attraction between the unlike poles affect the magnetic field lines. Okay, so let's have a look. As you can see here, two bar magnets are placed in such a way that the north pole of both the magnets are placed next to each other. The distance is because of the repulsion can be reduced, that much distance is maintained, and they are placed. And the magnetic field lines have been drawn. Clearly, the lines are from north to south. Okay, north to south. Similarly, for this magnet, it's from north to south and north to south. So you can see these field lines moving outwards. Okay, so now now will be spreading or putting iron filings or iron fillings on top of it, and we'll make sure that these field lines which we have made are the same which we will get when iron fillings are dropped on them. Okay, so let's watch. So the person is actually throwing the iron fillings just to make sure that the field lines are the same which we got by using the compass. Okay. So as you can see here, the field lines are gradually coming into picture, and we can see the north pole being covered with the iron fillings, and it is moving outwards, right? After sprinkling the iron fillings, the table has to be tapped so that all the iron fillings are being aligned in the proper magnetic field to give us a proper picture of the iron field. So you can see here that the iron fillings are not at all meeting in the center part. Why? Because the repulsion is very high, right? So now we are tapping it. So this is the real magnetic field lines. So there are no field lines joining here because of the repulsion of the like poles. Clear? Now we'll be looking into the magnet will be placed the other way around. That is south pole of one of the bar magnet and north pole of the other bar magnet. And the same procedure we are going to follow, and let's see what happens. Now what we have done, we have placed the south pole and the north pole of the two bar magnets in such a way that there is an attraction. So the field lines are showing there is a magnetic field which can be felt between the north and the south of the two different bar magnets, and the field lines are from north to south, from north to south. So it's emerging inside here, and from here it's moving out. Correct? So there is attraction which is happening between the two magnets because of the unlike poles near it. So when we'll sprinkle the iron fillings, so let's check what happens. Okay. So again, you can see the iron fillings getting connected. They are joining, right? When the north was kept, that is when like poles were kept, there was a gap. But in this situation, you can clearly see that there the lines are being joined. The fillings are completely getting attached because of the attractive force between the north pole and the south pole. Okay, again, when we tap the table, we will get a very clear picture, and the magnetic field lines, the parallel closed curves, we can very clearly note it. Can you see it? Right? So, very clearly, there is a very strong attractive force between the unlike poles, south and north. Now, we'll be talking about the next topic, which is magnetic field due to current carrying conductor. What does this mean? This means that when we are connecting the electric circuit, when we create an electric circuit, we are using the key, a bulb, and wire. And when the whole electric circuit is set up, and when the current starts, when you switch on the key, the current starts flowing. And when you bring a magnetic compass next to it, you do see a deflection. So first we'll look into the activity, and then I'll come back and explain this whole part where we'll see what type of a deflection happens when the direction of the current is changed and what is the change. Okay, so let's look into the activity first. So as you can see here, we have taken a compass which is in the mobile phone, a normal compass, the thin rod which is nothing but the hanger which we use for hanging clothes and shirts, and there is a battery. So here this is the normal position, north indicating. Okay, so in this experiment, first the person will be connecting the rod, okay, and we'll check the deflection. Okay, then reversing the current. Okay, let's check it. So you can see the moment it is connected, you can see a deflection, right, on a normal compass. Similarly, when it is placed on the mobile phone, you can see a deflection towards the northeastern direction. So now they are swapping the terminals in the reverse order. So it's in the reverse order. The current is flowing in the reverse order. So deflection is towards the right, that is northeast. That was northwest, right? There's a deflection in both the compasses. When the current was changed, the deflection changed. Again, what is going on? We'll check it out. So the person has placed the compass on the rod. This is the positive and the negative terminal. The current is the needle is deflecting towards the southeast. Now reversing the current. So is it going to the south? No, it's going northeast, right? Clear? So similar construction, the similar way we have drawn in the shown in this schematic diagram. There is a key, battery, and just simple wire. The switch is on, so deflection is north. As you remember in the video, in the experiment also, the mobile phone compass and the compass in the one were showing towards the north. The needle was stable. Then it shifted to the northwest. That means the current is flowing from the positive terminal to the negative terminal, that is downwards. Okay, when we shift the current, means if I am putting the battery in the reverse order like this in the same circuit, that means my plus is here and my negative is here, right? So the deflection should be on the right side. So electric conductor through a metallic, when the electricity passes through the metallic conductor, magnetic field is reduced. I'm sorry, here the electricity passing through the metallic conductor produces a magnetic field around it. The deflection of the needle is because becomes opposite when the direction of the current is reversed. We saw it in the experiment also, and here also, when you change the direction of this battery, right, the direction of the current will change. So same thing is here. So if you look into this, here the current is flowing from left to right, or I can say anti-clockwise. So my deflection of the needle is towards the northwest. The north is moving, okay, towards the west direction, clockwise to be more precise. When I'm switching over the battery in the clockwise direction, the current is flowing, my needle is moving anti-clockwise, that is towards the east. You can see the shift. Here the north is towards the current flowing, and here the north is again towards the current flowing, but in the opposite direction. Why? Because the current is going in the opposite direction. So it is clockwise, the needle is moving towards it, and when it is anti-clockwise, the current is anti-clockwise, the needle is moving away from it. Hope this makes clear. So wherever there is an electric current flowing, there will be mild magnetic effect present. Okay. The next which we are talking about is magnetic field due to current through a straight conductor. Okay, that means a metallic wire which is like a rod, and we try to allow current pass through it and see how does it behave and what kind of a magnetic field lines we get. First we look into the activity, and then we'll come back to this explanation. As you can see here, they have taken multiple thin wires because the copper wire is very thin. So we have like taken 10 to 15 thin wires of certain length, and we have taped it, and then we have passed it through this glass rod. Okay, so that the wire stands straight, correct? Now we are going to sprinkle the iron dust, not fillings but powdered dust around this, and then we'll switch on the current passing through the coil, and we'll watch what happens with the magnetic field lines. So as you can see, the iron fillings are little bit bigger, whereas the iron powder are very fine, and you can see tiny circular structure coming up into the picture, right? Can you see minute? Yes. and the moment it is tapped, you can see the circular this thing. Okay, so these circular patterns are concentric circle. It seems like they are intersecting, but no, none of these magnetic field lines are going to meet each other. They are concentric circles, and they are moving like this. Because the current, if we change the direction of the current, that is the positive and the negative terminal is changed, then the circles will start moving in the clockwise direction. Now it's moving in the anti-clockwise direction, right? Again, they are concentric circles. Clear? So same thing we did in the experiment. The raw current is passing in the upward direction. The magnetic fields are moving in clockwise direction, right? When the current is reversed, means it's going in the downward direction, the magnetic field are moving. 1 minute, I made a mistake. Sorry, this is anti-clockwise and this is clockwise. Let me type it. Sorry, silly mistake. Here it is moving in anti-clockwise direction, which the magnetic fields are moving in anti-clockwise direction. Here it is moving clockwise direction. So it's just the reverse of what the movement of the current. In whichever direction the current is moving, it's in the opposite direction. But the key thing to note here is they form concentric circles, not straight lines, but they are forming closed curve. Clear? So the concentric circle represent the magnetic field lines. The direction of the north pole of the compass needle would give the direction of the field lines produced by the electric current. So through the straight line. If the current is increased, the deflection also increases. So if you see the magnetic field lines in the above picture, in one of the picture, the number of field lines is very less compared to the other. That means the amount of current flowing in this first case was less compared to the amount of current flowing in the second case, right? So what I'm trying to say is that there is less current flowing in this particular case, therefore the number of field lines are less, whereas more number of current, so larger amount of current is flowing, therefore there are larger number of magnetic field lines. So that's what the statement says. So the current increases, that means the deflection also increases. This indicates that the magnitude of the magnetic field produced at a given point increases as the current through the wire increases. Magnetic field produced by a given current in the conductor decreases as the distance increases. Means as they move far away, the magnetic force or the magnetic effect will decrease. Therefore, the concentric circle are becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. Means they are moving far away from the rod. So the distance is increasing. That is what they mean. Concentric circles representing the magnetic field around the current carrying straight wire becomes larger and larger as we move away from it. Clear? So for a current carrying wire or a conductor, a straight conductor, the magnetic field lines are circular in motion. Now, how to understand which direction the current is flowing? The rule that we use is called as right hand thumb rule. So the rule says that if you are holding the rod in your right hand, it's very specific, you have to hold the rod in right hand in such a way that the fingers wrap around the rod and the thumb is straight, stretched out. So if you hold the conductor through which the current is flowing in your right hand such that the thumb points towards the direction of the current, the fingers will wrap around the conductor and it will show the fingers are going to represent the direction of the magnetic field line. So here the magnetic field lines are moving like this. It's coming out and going in. It's coming out and going in. It's coming out and going in. Something like this. Correct? So if you are using it like this in this picture which we did, okay, so the current was moving upward, therefore the circulation or movement of the circular magnetic field line was anti-clockwise, right? When it was moving downwards, the magnetic field was clockwise, correct? You just imagine holding the rod in your right hand right now along with me when I'm saying it, and imagine where are the fingers going? It's moving towards you and then out. Correct? When you are holding it upside down, the thumb should go down. The fingers are moving away from you, right? That is the indication. Hope it's clear. So today in this video we learned about magnetic field lines through the metallic straight wire and how does the magnetic effect comes into picture when current is flowing through a circuit. So wherever there is electric current, there will be a little bit of magnetic field present. Hope it is clear. Thank you.